Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of The Top Cut. I am Josue Crims Rojano, and with me are two of the members of The Top Cut, Michael Pramawat and Kyle Sukovich. And like we promised last week, we do have John Roberts II, the national champion for the Masters Division in the United States, back this week in order to help us out with the viewer questions that we couldn't do last week. Technical difficulties, bad internet, etc., etc., etc. We got to cover this week. Unfortunately, Drew Holden couldn't be here, but he should be back soon, and he just had a little... That was good. But yeah, he couldn't be here, so he'll be back soon enough. Either way...
Practicing.
I'm sorry?
I've been practicing.
Yeah.
It's like,
woo! Either way, John, thanks for coming back, and we do apologize that we had to kind of split this up into like a 2-week thing.
It's perfectly fine.
John, is there anything that's changed in your life in the last week since we heard from you?
It's actually a big change. New son, Nathan, was born Friday.
Yeah, so
pretty happy about that.
For the best 2 days of your life. First you do the top cut, then you have your kid. There you go. No, actually, congratulations, man. Thanks a lot for coming. Obviously, even after having your wonderful child, and congratulations again. It's a huge accomplishment. This has to be the best span of your life right now, we're happy we could be a part of it. But yeah, either way, we are going to be getting into the viewer questions, guys, and obviously you guys are more than welcome to congratulate John as well, both on the chat and on our Facebook page. It is a huge accomplishment. It is not only the national championship, but also having a child. Either way, I did want to actually mention something. It's unfortunate that Kyle just disconnected as I was going to mention it, because actually it involves him quite a bit.
well, I'll fill in for
but either
Kyle
way,
while I can.
Yeah. I'm sorry?
I'll answer for Kyle.
Yeah, either way, we'll fill him in on it as soon as he comes back. But what I was going to say is that, yes, a big news this week is that the new Japanese set got spoiled for us. I can't remember the name of the set or 2 sets or whatever, however the Japanese do it. But it's huge news for everybody. It's big talk amongst the Pokemon community. They have that A-spec thing going on, and we will cover it a little bit. Obviously, we don't want to focus on it. That's not what we're here to do right now. We're hoping to focus on World Championships and focus on what's coming up in the next month for Pokemon, and not so much focus on what's coming on in the next 8 months or however long it's going to be before we get this set. So I do want to mention that I wanted to have Kyle on the call while I mentioned that. That way we could we could cover that, because obviously he's so gung-ho about not answering these questions. But we do want to talk about it a little bit, because obviously everybody loves to speculate. But just so you guys know, we won't be covering too much of your guys' questions when it comes to that. So, is there anything that you guys wanted to mention about the set before we actually move on to the questions? Actually, John, have you even had a chance to look at the set since you've been so busy?
I have.
Yeah?
I think it's pretty cool. I think it's good for the game.
A-spec cards, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it adds a little bit of interesting points to add to the game. Limited cards and stuff like that. I never really seen anything limited in Pokemon.
Yeah, I think it really adds a cool deck building dynamic. Since you can only have one of these things and whatnot, it becomes a crucial element to how you build your deck. And some people are going to choose to build around these cards. Some people are just going to choose to, have that computer search and be like, this is my cool little catch-all. It's just a great addition to my deck and whatnot. So it's going to be really cool. And I'm really interested to see what happens in the future. But obviously, again, that's going to be the future. Pram, did you have anything you wanted to mention before we move on to the questions?
Yeah, the set looked really cool. I took a glance at it, even though I probably shouldn't, as it kind of tore me away from, I could be spending time prepping for Worlds, but I'm here looking at this Vileplume or whatever. So, but yeah, overall, it looked really cool. It's interesting that they reprinted computer search, but they made it a one-of only. So the A-spec mechanic is interesting, a little bit from Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's not a bad, it's not a bad thing.
I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm sorry, John, you were going to say?
I like the gold potion.
Ooh, the gold potion.
Yeah, the gold potion is really cool. The computer search is probably going to be the card, that everybody's talking about, just because it's overwhelmingly powerful. But the gold potion, I think, can have a really cool interaction.
Kyle's back.
Kyle just logged back on.
Man.
Kyle, are you there?
Uh,